You're the only MC that's ever broke the internet twice on the same freestyle.
Right.
You know, that's insane. Like
Right.
Noriega clap for that.
All right.
Nah, but no, it's ill, and I know it's intentional though. Let's talk about the intention behind the music, behind the videos and writing.
You talking about when I did it up here, right?
Yeah, when we did it up here, but also
Um,
in general, man. I know nothing's by accident with you.
nah, it's not. Up here, I don't even know what made me want to do 3 beats, but I just was like, I don't want to come up here and do one. So I'm like, I want to just give them different sides of everything. I don't want to get my mojo out though too much. I'm saying,
Mojo,
but
Mojo.
for other artists, man, when you going up, I'll just say it. When you going up on these platforms, the more beats you do, the more pieces of content you have.
Right.
Because when you posting something and it's the same beat, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, when you posting something and it's the same beat, it's almost like it's the same piece of content. And 9 times out of 10, your audience get bored with it. But when you posting something that got a different beat with each piece of content, it's like it's fresh. It's like it's not even the same thing.
Right.
So that's kind of like how I kind of mastermind that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, how old were those French fries, bro? Because
Oh, that was the same day. Those was the same day. I had grabbed them right before we pulled up. So I had to make sure I stopped to grab the fries because I'm like, I just feel like that'll be better to get the fries with it.
yeah,
And talk about Glorilla because she had said some shit that had me intrigued. So
yeah.
I wanted to speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of DMs did you get, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Between all of them,
I have
between
no
both
idea.
of them.
A lot.
Yeah.
I want to say, who was the biggest? I want to say like it was Shaq or some shit. I think it was Shaquille O'Neal, My Son.
Mm.
But when My Son posted it, everybody was commenting on his page from Mano to Anthony Hamilton
Yeah.
to you had Young Chris commenting on stuff. Shout out to Chris. You had Beanie Siegel, shout out to Beans. It was like a bunch of people, bro. Like too many. Nate Robinson.
What?
But my DMs was definitely, I can't even remember. That was like, it was a lot. It was
Right.
really a lot. And that was just on Instagram. Then when you go to TikTok, it did another 3 million on there.
Yeah.
On my page. And our DMs was crazy on there too.
Mhm.
So it was wild.
That's crazy.
it
And
was
the video did well on YouTube as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah,
that's
for
always a
sure.
plus, man. I feel like it's hard to get sometimes to get people from YouTube to social media or social media to
Yeah.
YouTube. Because some people just are just happy with seeing these videos and music
Yeah.
on Instagram and TikTok. Can you talk about that and your experience and what is that? How do we break that cycle?
I think that's more so being that Instagram is instant.
Hmm.
That's kind of what that is. I think that Instagram played a part in it going viral for sure, like absolutely. But TikTok is like a social media where wherever you tell them to go, they're gonna go.
Yeah.
So I do think probably like 40% to maybe 50% was from TikTok. Because like
Right.
I said, it did another 3 million plus views on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I think that was a driving factor for it to go from there to YouTube. Because YouTube numbers, man, is difficult to get.
Right.
A lot of the times. Like when you hit something on YouTube, you know it's special.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we usually say like 10%. Like if something does well, like on Born Famous, I think that might have did 1 million on Born Famous. Like,
Yeah.
at least 10 to 20% translates over to YouTube. I feel like that should be higher. It's crazy. Like if y'all loving this and liking this and sharing these videos as much as you do,
Yeah.
take your ass over to YouTube and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
just the
It's an attention span thing, man. So that's why even like how I post, I try to post in a way like it's right there. It's like you got them and they ready for the next thing and that next punch, and then it cut. And then it's
Right.
like you gotta go watch the rest. You feel me? And I feel like I kind of mastered that just from other content and going viral a bunch of times before that. But I mastered that with this one, and it was just everything just worked perfectly with the first freestyle that I did with y'all. And I think it worked even more perfectly because how willing y'all are to listen to the artist and to take advice like in the from them to be able to hear like, yo, this is what my audience is used to. This is how they like to get stuff. This is the time they like to receive it. This is, you know what I mean? A lot of platforms, they not like that, which is why I really wanted to come back up here because it's like I done did a bunch of other Jones and they'll post and do things like they know what your audience want to see from you. Like, no, let me tell you how to post it and with the way you're supposed to do it. Cause like I said, I had a platform I went on and they posted my shit and it did cool. It was cool. Like 3,000 likes, something like that, 200 comments. But then when I structured it and posted it my way, it did like 100K, double the comments, double the likes. Like, you see what I'm saying? So a lot of that is dope. And that's why I think with y'all special.
Appreciate
like y'all really like are for y'all guests.
Right. I mean, just in general, we're not conventional in the sense that like we're not on the radio, you know what I'm saying? And then there's no tape to cut through, right? Like we don't gotta like cut through any corporate tape or anything like that. So we owe it to ourselves to collaborate and honestly to collaborate even more and have the artists weigh in. It's just a balance because there's some artists, honestly, keeping it 100, there's some artists that have never done something like this. Or that do it, or that's all they expect. Like, I'm gonna go in here and body this and then walk away. And I try to tap in, like, hey, like, how can we collaborate, or what works for your audience, or like, let's do more stuff. And some are just not interested in doing it, and it is what it is. But I try to tell them, like, yo, you really owe it to yourself to invest in yourself because you spent all this time doing it. So like, how can we win together? Because you don't have to cut through no corporate tape.
I ain't gonna lie, because even me, when I came up here, I had a project out then too, Pain Poetry.
Pain Poetry, yeah.
And that shit went up too as well. Like the numbers went up too. So it was like everything just came together. So even like how you saying, like even this is an investment in you as an artist. Like if you should take this and boost whatever else you got going on or whatever else you got coming. So it's like all that go together.
Obviously you've gone viral, your videos do well. What should an artist do to prepare for what's to come next? Or is there anything that they have to do to prepare for that moment if it was to happen?
Have a bunch of content stock, from like music videos to like if you got EP or if you got a couple songs, throw that shit into an EP, put it out, like capitalize off of everything. Also when you getting a bunch of people that's reaching out to you after you go viral, like try to do your best to facilitate those relationships in person. Like, don't just let it be no internet shit. Like, get with them people in person. Like, if somebody from your label reach out to you and they just say, hey man, I like what you did, that was fire. Like, stay on top of that. Try to get in front of them and show them what else you got going on. If somebody hits you up that puts together shows, get with them. Like if I can't stress that enough, because when I first went viral, like viral, I was just keeping everything internet. And whether you believe, I don't give a fuck what year we in, and rap and in the music business, you have to get in front of people. I don't give a fuck how viral you go. You got to get in front of people. So if you go viral on your own organically and it's people reaching out to you, make sure you get in front of them. Because that's very, very, very important. You want to get an actual item out of going viral. You don't just want to be a guy that went viral or a girl that went viral and then it's just you the viral person. Like, no, you want to utilize that, make some money off it, build some relationships and scale your career.
Big facts. That's wisdom. Y'all listening? Talk about before we get out of here, talk about Pain in the Paper, Drumma Boy, how that all came about, what can we expect? And
it's out now on all streaming platforms. It really came from me and Drum. I was doing my series my viral series that I was doing on Instagram, like the Queen Killer, High School Hitter, Hustler with Honors, and I was looking for some producers to collab with me on the next one that was coming out. And Drum reached out and DM'd me, and I'm like, damn, it's Drum. And from there, it turned into a studio session. The studio session turned into a project, and project turned into me meeting Sway in the morning, me going, like, meeting a bunch of different people, man, and us being in New York, moving around, you know what I'm saying? Us being in Atlanta, moving around, and just us building. Pain in the Paper is basically everything you see on Instagram, like the viral videos, but on wax. And it's like real records, and they feel like real stories. And but they got bounce. It's like it's not too slow. Some is slow, but some is like you could put it in the club, but it's a story.
Yeah.
Like I got this one joint on there. It's called Liquor and Bullets. Like you literally could play it in a strip club, but it's a whole story. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different.
Let's bring that back. Tell the stories in the strip club.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
But it's just a different vibe. Like it's collaborating that southern bounce with Philly lyrics and putting it together. That's and like right. I mean, not overdoing the lyrics and shit like that. Like just keeping it like fresh and organic and digestive.
Yeah, that's dope. I gotta give Drumma his flowers though, because
legend.
Yeah. But to me, for me, I mean, just my personal experience, we had a show together for A3C Festival. It was a series that was monthly to promote A3C Festival coming up, and he was on the bill. He was not the headliner. There was another producer who was the headliner.
Yeah.
He came out, I think, before him. And I just remember his energy. This is what makes him a legend to me. This is what makes Drumma a legend to me. He was so humble, so cool, and he acted like it was, and he brought his whole squad with him, like other artists performed under the label, and he acted like it was his first day, like first and last. It was just, yo, we out here to represent. We here to do a job. We gonna flick it up. We gonna take our picture. We gonna do all of that. And he was so cool. And you know, the show wasn't sold out or anything crazy like that, but he had a lot of folks come through. It was the same. It was like very independent energy from somebody so major. And he was so humble. Showed humility. He was hungry. Showed everybody love. And then the next producer, who was supposed to do a set, he didn't want to come out because there was nobody in the crowd.
Right. I see what you're saying.
You know, and so then the promoters was like, can you go out there and tell everybody that he won't come out? Or in so many words, like, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. Like, one, because it could also make him look away even further. Like how I look coming out and saying that, because I ain't gonna bite my tongue if I was to come out there and say that. I'm just not going to go back out on stage. Like the show's over. And the show was just over. But, you know, like, I wish he would have went out and just did his thing. It wasn't like it was completely empty, but it wasn't sold out, so he didn't want to go out. So I thought that was really strange. You know what I mean?
Some people be more worried about the look than the actual people that's in the building. I think that's why Drum get a lot of his blessings still, because it's like he don't really have no ego with that shit. It's about like the people with him. It's about like it's about quality music and the people. And I think that's why he's still in a great position to this day, you know what I mean? And still able to maneuver how he maneuver and pick his spots.
Yeah. I mean, he inspired me to try to find my like pose, my camera pose. You know what I'm saying? Like he got one down packed. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Legend.
For sure.
Legend.
For sure. Godfather of Memphis. That's what they call him.
Let's get it.
Pain in the Paper out now on all streaming platforms. Go get it. Fakefree KP on everything. We here, man.
No doubt, man. Remember, if you writing these rhymes and you recording these videos, do not give up on your content. You never know who's looking, who's lurking, who's watching, and if they liking and commenting, like KP said, man, connect with them, because this social media age, the smoke in the mirrors is starting to clear. People want something real and tangible. That's what we're working on. I hope you're working on that as well. Make sure you tap in with us, and we're always going to be homies and resources to the people, man. Till next time, peace.
High off life.